This is the G major chord. Hi, my name is Tom Fontana from TheGuitarLesson.com, and today we'll be looking at the G major chord. So there are two ways to form the G major chord. One of them is to place your second finger on the second fret of the A, your third finger on the third fret of the low E, and your pinky all the way down on the high E string at the third fret, and you'll be strumming all of the strings. And as with all the chords, strum them nice and slow. Make sure that all of your strings are ringing clearly and you're not getting any buzzing strings or any muted notes, okay? And the second way to form this chord is like this. So that'll be your first finger on the second fret of the A, your second finger on the third fret of the E, your ring finger goes to the third fret of the B, and your pinky goes back to the high E string on the third fret. And you'll notice that as compared to the previous version, you were just adding this note right here. Now let's strum this version nice and slow as well to make sure that all our notes are ringing clearly. And if you hear any buzzing or any muted notes, just have a look at your fingers. Make sure that they're as close to the metal wire as possible, metal fret wire as possible. Then they shouldn't be laying down like this. They should be arched nicely. So your fingertips are basically perpendicular with the fretboard. And in the end, you should have a G chord that sounds like this. Now to practice the G major, we'll be using the chord on, chord off techniques, as we always do with these new chords. So first of all, hold down the G major, the first version, for example, and strum your strings. Take your hand off and then hold down the chord once again. The chord off, chord on. And just keep on doing this. This will really burn that chord shape into your muscle memory, okay? And you can do this with the other variant as well. Now let's practice the G major a bit by putting it into musical context. Let's have a look at the 1-4-5 chord progression, which is the G for your 1 chord, the C for your 4 chord, and the D as the 5 chord. These are 3 chords that you'll have heard in hundreds, if not thousands of songs. This is a very, very popular chord progression. And the strumming pattern we'll be using at first will be the basic down, down, up, up, down, up. All right, good job. So let's have a look at that chord progression now, okay? All right, good job. So let's have a look at another chord progression. This one will be the 1-6-4-5. That's a very popular chord progression in pop. And with the first chord, the 1 chord in this chord progression will be the G. The 6th chord will be the E minor. The 4 is the C. And the 5 is the D. But you already know that. And the strumming pattern we'll be using now will be very similar, with the only difference that the first 2 strums will be strumming just the bass notes, and then the rest of the strumming pattern will be strumming the treble notes, okay? So that's a great way to get extra mileage out of just one single chord, strumming it in two locations. Have a look. And that's how you play the G major chord.